So we get now to team coverage on Linn County's push for a gaming license and the plans for a casino in Cedar Rapids if that license application gets approved in a couple of weeks. We'll start with the Iowa Racing and Gaming Commission meeting today in Greene County, weighing a petition to try to stop all of that from happening in the first place. Iowa's News Now reporter Kaylee Whitlatch live in studio tonight after making the trip today to Jefferson for that meeting.
Mitch, the IRGC ultimately decides not to decide on a petition that claims Linn County's 2021 gaming ballot isn't valid. Commissioners debating what to do for more than a half hour, figuring out what could be done legally and if things could go to court. Now they're choosing to opt out, taking a neutral position and letting the application process continue as scheduled. Riverside argues Linn County said it wrong on the ballot by asking voters to continue gaming in the county when there was no gaming to begin with. Riverside's lawyers says they filed the petition last fall after noticing that verbiage, 3 years after that initial vote. Linn County's lawyer argues the petition isn't a real complaint, claiming it was filed in poor faith since Riverside just doesn't want Cedar Rapids to get a casino.
This is an attempt to not use a sword, but use a nuclear option to destroy the authority of this commission, which it clearly has under the vote that was passed in Linn County.
Riverside, the one who is going to be most cannibalized in the event that this casino is built in Cedar Rapids, raised a legitimate question: does this ballot problem create an impediment to this commission granting a license?
Now, since commissioners aren't making any decisions on that petition, we're expecting the IRGC to meet in Altoona 2 weeks from now on February 6th to make the final call on the fate of Linn County's bid for a gaming license. That is, of course, if everything goes to plan. Live in studio, Kaylee Whitlatch, Iowa's News Now.
Thank you, Kaylee. And the potential moratorium plans that could block those casino dreams are closer to reality tonight. There are now 2 bills filed at the Capitol and both would keep Iowa from adding any new gaming license or casinos until next decade. Iowa's News Now Statehouse reporter Skylar Tallell is getting a reaction from both sides of the aisle as our team coverage continues.
At the Iowa Capitol, State Rep Bobby Kaufman is moving forward with his proposal to block new casinos from being built in Iowa for the next 5 years. His bill would put a moratorium on issuing new gaming licenses until 2030. Kaufman worries a casino in Cedar Rapids will cause other casinos to see a decrease in revenue, fearing constituents in his district could lose their jobs.
Certainly economic development is a factor, but it does not trump people's jobs and careers that will undoubtedly and indisputably be lost.
Recent studies say around 50 to 60% of revenue from a Cedar Rapids casino would likely come from cannibalization from other nearby casinos, but it would still bring in around $60 million of new revenue to the area and state.
I thought that the Republican Party forever believed in free markets and competition, which is why I'm so confused about why this legislation keeps being proposed and brought up by the Republican Party.
I vehemently disagree with the competition argument. I find that actually to be a fallacy, and here's why. The IRGC is a governmental body that picks winners and losers. It's a regulated industry by government. There is no free market in the casino industry.
Kaufman also claims commissioners currently do not have to take certain data into account when issuing licenses, but the commission still had multiple market studies done to see the impact of a new casino in Cedar Rapids. The bill would not allow the IRGC to grant a license if the new casino would negatively impact an existing one.
So effectively, that's going to be a permanent moratorium for most places in the state of Iowa, and specifically obviously targeting a place like Cedar Rapids.
Kaufman says his goal is to pass this by February 6th, when the IRGC is supposed to make their final licensing decision. In Des Moines, Skylar Tallell reporting.
And again, February 6th, just 2 weeks from tonight. Kaufman says he got enough House support last year to pass the moratorium. It just never got taken up in the Senate. There are some new faces in both chambers in 2025 after November's election. While Kaufman says there's no agreement yet, he does say there is a large majority that wants to vote on this if it comes up.